Today, we want to talk about coaching as a leader. When you think about your job as a leader, you've got a lot of hats you got to wear. You might have to wear a sales hat, you might have to wear marketing, operations, HR. You have to be a conflict negotiator sometimes. You have to be an adult babysitter. That's a joke, I hope. But you have to wear a lot of hats. And one of the hats that a lot of people don't know how to wear is that coaching hat. I've been a coach for more than 13 years and have studied it, been certified through this. But the thing I wanted to share with you today is most leaders, CEOs especially, think that they're pretty good coaches. And so I want to help you be a better coach and give you just a little bit of a primer around that. My name is Gene Hammett. I'm a CEO coach. We do founder coaching, we do executive coaching, we do leadership development for managers that want to become leaders. All of that in service of working with companies that are in growth mode. So if you have a lot of chaos and you realize that the leadership model that you've been working on isn't working, or you don't even know what your leadership model is, if you can't define your principles of leadership, it's a little bit of a problem, don't you think? And so if you want to dive a little bit deeper with us on this, we have a training that we're putting together. You can get it absolutely free. It's training.coreelevation.com. All you have to do is sign up and show up, and you will get the insight to grow your company and stop being the bottleneck of your business, empower your people, and really create the kind of company that you dreamed of. Just go to training.coreelevation.com and sign up for free today.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
So today we're talking about coaching as a leader, as a CEO. And so one of the things that gets in the way is your need for quickness, closing loops, efficiency. But if you see everything is closing the loops and trying to get it done as fast as possible, you're missing opportunities to develop your people. And what I will tell you is coaching is a little bit slower than doing it yourself. Maybe it's a lot slower than doing it yourself, if I'm really honest. But the point is to build employees that are confident, resilient, independent. They are problem solvers, not just doers. They are able to be proactive. And if you are the ones making all the decisions, then it's really hard to do that. So your coaching skills, there's a couple of different models you can use. I'm going to let you kind of discover the models, but I'm going to give you just the primer of this. If you can take a situation where an employee is asking for help or support and asking you to make a decision, and you can ask 2 or 3 questions that will hopefully get them into a point of understanding the issue better, help them by asking questions that direct them to it. I can give you an example in a minute, but just when you think about starting the conversation with someone, instead of just coming in with, oh, this is what you should do, that's not coaching. A lot of people do this because that's what their view is, a high school coach or maybe a college coach that screamed at them and yelled at them. That doesn't work in our business world. That's you. That's authoritative leadership, and it will only carry you so far. You want to be a transformative leadership. You want to develop people. I hope that's the reason why you're listening to this content. But coaching for leaders is done through questions. So the first thing you can do, you can read a book about it. There's Coaching Habit. There's other stuff. I can send you questions if you want them. Just send me an email. I'll be glad to send them. I've got a free training I'll give you. Just email me, gene@genehammett.com, and I'll give it to you absolutely for free because you're listening to this podcast. But what I did want to highlight for you is if you just learn to ask a few questions and you can guide them through that. So the example I was going to give you is one of my clients was stuck on his frustration. And I asked questions like, well, what gets you frustrated? And why are you so frustrated? Why do you get angry? And we asked questions so that we better understood it. And then I led him to where I wanted him to go. And I said, is this your best mode of leadership? And he goes, oh, no. He goes, actually, I'm a better leader when I'm calm. So can we talk about that a little bit? Tell me more. And so those are all questions. And instead of me telling him to calm down, which you know doesn't work, if you have a spouse just try it sometime. You guys get into a little bit of a conflict, just tell them to calm down, and you'll see how well it doesn't work. Those statements shut things down and maybe make things worse. But if you ask questions and you do it from the right tone and you really want to try to understand this, you will have a better experience. And that is what we're talking about. So when you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, lead with courage. We'll see you next time.